Welcome everyone back to the Pommy and Oz channel. If you're new around here, hit that like button, hit that subscribe. I can't thank you enough for the support. And a lot of you are new members. We have got that wonderful collab at the moment with Uga on the Carlton coin where you do get bonus airdrops if you are a member. So welcome to you. We will be doing a show later in the week for the members where we will be covering the first rounds of the juniors and looking at a hot 50 players to look out for from the opening rounds for the upcoming draft. We're going to get on with that content early. But today we're back with a new hit show. So let's run that intro and let's get straight into it.
I just slide right by that energy. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go.
So yes, today on the first episode of Trends here at Pommy and Oz, we're looking at GWS's hot start to their campaign, amassing an incredible 343 points, only conceding 207, 3 straight wins, starting off 32-point win versus the reigning premiers. In round 1, they again showed their military might with a 39-point win versus North Melbourne, and then this week they battered West Coast Eagles, which is no surprise, by 65 points, but they do look at the moment one of the more complete sides in the AFL. And why is that? Obviously GWS have always been in and around the talk, but a big part of it is their quick game that they're playing. And they're playing on an incredible 35% of the time from marks. And they're really showcasing that back to front score launch. They're absolutely creating a hell of a turnover game and a transition game, which is one of the key metrics we look for the reigning premiers. But it should be really stated that this isn't just a normal style. We're starting to see a lot of sides play this heavy pressure, heavy maintenance game on the opposition and getting the opposition trying to play a methodical game plan and shelving it and coming into a more hash-brash brand of football. And this was really showcased against the Eagles, who have really a staple and a benchmark of their game style of being measured and controlled. We saw it with Collingwood as well. They went into their phases of trying to be controlled and they had to expel their energy. And they've probably set the benchmark of how to beat Collingwood, which I think everyone knew, but that's to make them play their energy early. And we've really seen Kingsley get that in his side. They're playing a quick brand. They're trying to force you to come onto them. And that is an issue for the sides. Everyone seems to be stuck in a transient plane of 3 dynasties. The Hawthorn, the Geelong side, who have always been up and about, although winning 1 flag, a more measured style. And then obviously the Collingwood style, which has been adaptive by Carlton and GWS this year, of playing a pressure brand. And everyone seems to be trying to find their place. GWS have really mastered this approach, and a big part of it is their territory game. They really get the ball going on. They're not so really that bothered, and their kick to handball ratio is the lowest in the comp. And the reason that is because they're playing a game style that suits the narrative of their players. You look at the players that they've got available to them, they are focusing themselves on that. And there isn't a lot of players there with incredibly high kicking efficiency. What they're doing, though, is they're making them options, them running options, to create short, sharp options and then running on. And a big key component of that is Mr. Tom Green in the middle. He's literally getting the ball out and then getting it to runners, and they're playing to their strengths and their skill set. And we're seeing this at another side that no one's talking about in St Kilda. They've really built a list that is run and stun. And you're seeing Wangani Milwera absolutely coming out. And that's what we're seeing here. There's no surprise to me. In my preseason predictions, I said Lockie Whitfield was going to be a problem. And that has been proven so far in these early rounds that he's back to his best. And people forget he's still very young and he's still incredibly talented. But this is really having a knock-on effect on everyone else ahead of the ball. We're seeing Jason Hogan. This quicker entry is really playing into his skill set. Stephen Cornelio playing up at half forward, then pinch it in the middle. That suits his game. That little get the ball forward at all costs, the paddles, the handballs, the soccers on the ground. It's really helping them out. And we're starting to see this speed and handball game, and it's creating overlap run and overloads in the key components of the ground, particularly if you draw a line from halfway to the opposition 50, it's creating mass overloads there, which is allowing them to turn the ball over, not as deep, more in a hot zone. And it's been no surprise that in their 3 games, they have dominated time in their own forward 50 because of this wave, this orange tsunami, to use a pun, that is allowing them to create turnovers nearer to the opposition goal, which is creating problems. The big part of it as well is their tackle and pressure, and they are dominating tackles, and this week was a real key component. Even though they had the territory, they had the possession battle, their ability to be so successful in the tackle and create spillages and make it hard for opposition is making them a threat. And I look at their side, and their side is built on some key pillars and some fundamentals. One of the key fundamentals is their fitness levels. Their fitness levels are absolutely insane, and we're seeing real strong running metrics. But when you look at their lines in their team, they're a very strong side who are ready to really take the game on. And I thought this game showcased what that does. Cadman isn't the tallest key forward you'll see, but because of the way that they turn the ball over and hurry the opposition, it allows him to be one out. And you go through their lines, they've got some really scary proposition. You've got Sam Taylor out the back, who himself is an incredible interceptor, an incredible defender, but he gets the ball moving very quick. You've got Jacob Weir and Callahan, who have really impressed in the wide positions, almost acting as extra half-back flankers in defence, but then acting as extra half-forward flankers when they are in possession of the ball. And then their forward line is full of tackle pressure. Daniels, Green, Callum Brown and Bedford, and Riccardi, Hogan and Cadman working as that 3-pronged attack. Particularly Cadman running from the pocket is causing chaos in opposition's backlines. Kieran Briggs needs a shout out as well, just because of the work he does. He's acting as a stopper in that midfield. He's winning the tap, but more importantly, he's making it hard for you to catch them in their most vulnerable position. And the 6-6-6 is the most vulnerable position to defend for both sides, and that is really helping them not allow clean ball out there and allowing their wings to float back and act as extra defenders. And a lot of their score launches have been from opposition clearances. At the moment, they look the most complete side, and they are the side to beat. They're a very entertaining side, the way they play, the style they implement. And if you combine territory game with pressure and playing on quickly, you have got an issue. And only Carlton have cemented their pressure this year, and that should be a really important game. But at the moment, the two Sydney sides and Carlton look real strong in their possession. St Kilda look really strong in their quick play on, and we're probably starting to see an advent of a new way of playing. Usually you've either been a pressure-based side or a quick play on side. Now we're seeing that combination, and I think you're seeing the death of the slow methodical football, and in the next couple of years you will really start to see a more conducive, attractive style. GWS are a team to watch, and at the moment look head and shoulders above the rest. Are GWS a real threat? Let me know in the comments. Let's have a conversation. I can't wait to play them. They're an incredible side, and they've pulled away against the reigning premiers, and they've put two poor sides to the sword. It's going to be interesting how they get on this week coming up and how that looks in the grand scheme of things. But definitely, GWS, a team to watch. I will be watching their game this weekend with a keen eye when GWS return from the bye. They obviously have a week off now, and they return to the Suns, which will be an incredible game themselves. But that's this week's episode of Trends. Stay safe, peace, love and light. Pom out.
I see her rolling up, Uber black Cadillac, high heel boots and a sexy body full of tats. Baby's bad, oh